Hello everyone. Welcome to our show. Let's talk, let's connect. So today we are here and we will have some fun and we will talk about lots of things, as we already know that we are bored under the lockdown. We are not having much to do. So here today we are to talk about the emotion and emotional intelligence. So we are going to talk about the emotional intelligence only. We are going to talk about the love, relation, and under the lockdown, how can we manage our emotion and all those things. So before starting, I'm going to introduce. Today we are having some special guests with us. So first of all, we are having Tariq Bhai. Then we are having Ahmed Bhai, and last but not the least, John Bhai.
Yay!
Everyone.
So it's like three bald head Bhais are here.
Brilliant.
Two are natural, one is artificial. Two are natural, one is artificial.
Which one's which?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna give the full introduction. They are going to introduce themselves. So first I would request Tariq Bhai, please.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. This is Mohammad Tariq Khan. I actually work at the University of Asia Pacific as the Assistant Director. I, along with the Air Commodore Ishfaq Chaudhary, my director, we actually run the Career Services Office and the co-curricular activities of the university and the alumni relations. So nice meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good.
Tariq Bhai. Now,
Ishira, your sound is very poor.
you can hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
sound is
that's,
poor.
that's a little better. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
better.
Thank you. Okay, so now I will request to John.
Maybe, right?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. It's very nice to see you. Here I'm talking to you from
Walaikum salam.
Wellington, New Zealand. And I'm here in my office with some of my friends. I've got Bert over here from Sesame Street, and I've got a teddy bear up there. And I'm delighted to be here because we also in New Zealand have been in lockdown. And this is not an easy time. It's been very easy for me, actually, but for many people, it's not so easy. And so I'm keen to share with you. I'm the president and CEO of WASDA, New Zealand, and together with Marisa, my friend, my friend and boss, he tells me what to do, and sometimes I tell him what to do. And neither of us do whatever the other one says. But we pretend that we've got something good going, which we actually do have something good going. So I'm delighted to be here tonight, this afternoon, for you. I've been thinking a lot about some of these difficulties and the challenges that you face, and so hope that we can talk about this. And mostly, I'm interested in having fun, because if we have fun talking with each other, when you're having fun, it's harder to be worried and to have anxiety. So there will be some real good ideas that you're going to get from us tonight or this afternoon. I keep thinking tonight. It's 8 o'clock in the evening here in New Zealand. But so let's just have some fun and talk about some of these issues and see if we can also make some sense of them. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah,
Thanks. That's
thank you
fantastic.
much. So before going to Ahmed, I just would like to share some, we are having some few comments. So I can say that Durga Raj from Nepal, he is with us. Also, we are having friend with us from Bangladesh. So we are having Jamil, Maisha, and Toha, and also many more. So they said hello to everyone. So hello everyone.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Hello. And we are like to add some of, right? You can add. Yeah.
Yeah, so before going to your introduction, just I would like to share with everyone that we are gonna take some questions from the audience, and also we are going to take few of the audience in the live so that they can direct or ask the question to our guests.
Okay.
So, okay, finally I'm gonna request to Mr. Ahmed to introduce yourself.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, hi everyone. Hello, what's up? Yeah, so we've been all locked down for long time, and everyone I know understand. I do understand that everyone is in challenge, lot of challenge, and I found that lot of trainer and coaches are saying that learn this, learn that, but I believe at this moment you unless you talk about the emotion, unless what's happening inside us, we cannot focus on the lots of online learning and teaching stuff. Though those are important, but before that, I must or we must believe we have to believe that our emotion is important. This that actually drive us to learn something new, or how we communicate. So we bring the master of master John Feisendier here. He's my God. Those who you already know about him, and those who have done training with John, you know how good he is in talking about the emotion and managing emotion, or EQ. So this is what we're going to do. But the first thing is we'll do is like all the time we'll go fun. Fun is the main thing. So I would also like to introduce my white teddy bear with you all.
Hello.
And
Teddy
my
bear.
my beautiful kiwi part.
Put them on the side. There,
Yeah. We oh, okay, and then finally my another teddy is. So these are all New Zealand toy, and I do love this thing, and I enjoy. I'm not old, I believe, so I enjoy with this playing with them, and I just love enjoying that time. And we are here to help you all with the emotion, and especially today we just talk about the how is your love line is going on, and we have the love guru. I just like to add this on. Tariq Bhai is here, the love guru, and and so Tariq Bhai will talk about the love stuff, and John will help you how we can solve these challenges, love and relationship challenges. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Ishita,
So,
yeah, back to you.
yes. So as we know that we are having the network here, we are having the audience from Bangladesh as well as across the world. So
Yep.
mostly we are going with the English, but sometimes we also speak Bangla. Sorry, John.
Sure. Sure.
That's right.
And also, definitely, I'm gonna request to the audience to ask your question, any type of question. Definitely, as Ahmed said, that we can talk about love, we can talk about relationship, and also what we can do under the lockdown. Like I'm having a teddy bear, and you can see, I guess.
Oh, this is too
And
big.
it is too big because under the
Everyone's
lockdown,
having their teddy bears, right?
eating, and it's just the overweight. So it's not
No
fit.
exercise.
No exercise.
No exercise. Okay. So John,
Yes.
Yep. So let me just poke the issue. Like due to lockdown, I know that many of the youth, they have the relationship, they have the friends. They are not able to meet with them. They are not having the touching thing and the riding rickshaws all together, having the food in the cafe or restaurant, holding the hands. So they're missing everything. We cannot do everything online, right? We
like
can
the
say
hangout meeting.
yeah, meeting, but so it is. I believe it is very challenging, and
Kind of free.
yeah, we mostly think like we talk about all the kind of things, but we don't talk about the emotional hygiene. So what do you think, John? Is it an issue that we should acknowledge our emotion, or is just like we should get rid of? No, don't be emotional. Just get rid of emotions and carry your life. Be strong. Never give up. Something like that. What? So you just share with us. Yes, please.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that is one of the things a lot of people say, isn't it? They want to push the emotions down, don't have any emotions, pretend they're not there, especially if you're a man. And this is also very much the same in New Zealand as in Bangladesh. You know, we want to be strong. But actually, if you push them down, it's like shoving them into some kind of a box. But what happens inside that darkness of the box, they grow and grow and grow, and then they burst out, and they affect us badly. So there's a really good saying, you need to name it in order to tame it. And emotions in one sense are like a Bengali tiger. You know, if you can tame this tiger, then it's not dangerous for you. But if it's still wild and very hungry and got no recognition and no food, then very dangerous. So, even though sometimes we get afraid of emotions because of how they make us feel, we feel uncomfortable with them. That's one reason why we want to push them away or even push them right down. But in fact, the thing about our feelings and what we are feeling is that we lean into them and we say, how interesting that I'm feeling like this, and I wonder what this is. Now, that doesn't mean to say you need to shout them out all the time. It doesn't. Everybody else doesn't have to know what your feelings, but it's important that you know what they are and you accept them. And one of the problems that can happen is when people say them out, and especially, you get frustrated and you say, you make me frustrated. Well, no, actually, you don't make me feel anything. It's my feeling. So I'm feeling frustrated. And so having somebody that can listen and hear you when you do say these things, that's important. But mostly, actually, it's about acknowledging your own feelings, going, this, I do feel like I do feel frustrated, I feel bored, I feel kind of confused, or I feel lonely. All of these things is a great place to start.
Yes.
So, yes.
Okay. So it's going well. Thanks, John. And already we are getting into questions as well. We are already having an interesting question. So I would like to share that. The question came from Mr. Mushfiq. He said that his question is, what is the main strategy to ensure that love life doesn't affect work life and vice versa?
Yes, that's a very good question.
Before giving the answer, I just want to share that we are having also one of our future CEO participant with us. He is Mr. Mamun Hassan.
Oh, fantastic. Mamun bhai, welcome.
Hello, Mamun.
He is also watching us.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. So who would you like?
Our future CEO training program.
I think, John, you first about the strategy between managing the love line, and also the work life.
Yes. Well, you see, if you really do love, and your love life is meant to actually increase and energize you and fill you up because you do love. And if you can love fully and take that into your work, so that this affects the fact that you love somebody, it doesn't have to be separate, but you love somebody. This makes you sort of full of joy. You know what we know all the chemicals that it gets going in your brain, the dopamine and the serotonin, and then you take that same energy into your work so that you can love other people.
Yes.
Now, if it does become a problem, it might be that you have this sort of love, you feel overwhelmed by how much you love and you're not able to focus on your work. Well, that can happen right at the beginning because of a love relationship. When you do fall in love, I mean, it's a wonderful thing, and I highly recommend it if you haven't already done it. Do it as many times as you can, really, until you get married, and then you're busy falling in love with your partner and then your children, but and then hopefully grandchildren. A lot of my friends fallen in love with their grandchildren, and they get a bit overwhelmed by it all, and they leave everything else. So it's about saying, yes, this is good. This is a really good thing. I'm here. And it's not everything about me, and I also do work, but bring that love into your work, and so, but enjoy being overwhelmed a little bit at the beginning, but also know that you can learn more and change. So that would be one of my first things that I would say about that.
Yeah, Tariq bhai.
What do you think, Tariq?
Hello.
Tariq bhai?
So,
Yeah.
the best relationship, whatever the pattern is, the best relationship of yours is with you. When you are aligned with your conscious being, subconscious being, and the unconscious being, then you can, address the relationship in your family. You can address the relationship with your friends, with your neighbors, with everyone outside you. But
Yeah.
first of all, you have to make sure that you have a very good relationship with yourself.
Exactly.
So whatever, many of the cases I have seen that what we say we do not believe, but what we do believe, but we do not practice it in our daily life. So
Mm.
we have to set our goals. What I
Yeah.
want to do with me, what is the
Mm.
purpose, why I
Yeah.
am here.
Mm.
After 5 years, where I will be going. After 20
Mm.
years, end of the life, what is your expectation from you? What is the expectation from others toward you? You want money,
Mm.
you want love, you want many good friends with you, beside you.
Mm. Mm.
You need cars and billions of dollars. You CEO, whatever you want in your life. The best thing is you have
Mm.
to love yourself.
Mm.
Unconditional. You have to provide unconditional love to yourself. And
Yeah.
how to do that?
Mm.
You have to, you know, before going to the thinking pattern, you have to come quiet. You have to go silence.
Yep.
The best time to go in silence is in the evening. Sorry, in the dawn. I mean, in the morning after just you wake up. You just keep asking what you want from you, what you want to do in your life. You want to
Mm.
love, you want to earn, you want to anything, and do it every day, every morning, every evening, before going to the bed and after you just wake up in the morning. When
Mm.
you keep asking yourself, just definitely going to find your answers, that
Yep.
what is your destination of your life. And once you get it, then you can work on it.
Yeah.
You know your objective of your, so you can chunk it down into the simple portions. So when you have the destination, you have the daily agenda, you are a happy
Mm.
person.
Mm.
You are the happiest person in the earth.
Yep.
At the after the decade, after the end of life, you do not have to regret for anything because you knew it back
Yep.
then.
Mm.
This is your purpose. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
no confrontation, no agitation within yourself. So you are
Mm.
just calm, you are just productive, you are just happy every day, every moment.
Mm.
You do not have to be worried about COVID-19. You do not have to be worried about the recession. You do not have to
Mm.
worry about what is the government is going to do, what are they are taking necessary measures. If not,
Yep.
then are you going to die? Blah blah and blah.
Mm.
So many questions are making you
Mm.
tired every day, and
Yeah.
we are more prone to the negative information. These people are
Yes.
dying. The PP is not working, and the government is failing
Mm.
to provide the necessary health support. This and that, this
Yes.
and that. We are surfing to the channels every day,
Yeah.
every hour. The same
Yeah.
news we are listening to,
Yeah.
and we are going
Exactly.
again. We are going to the Facebook, and we are going through the negative news. There, people died.
Exactly.
There, the PP was not working. There, the doctor
So,
was,
Tariq bhai, in one
escaping from
word,
the.
what could be in one word? What could be your guideline for how to balance your love line and the work
Work.
life in
Work.
one word or one sentence? Because we
One
have we
word
have to run.
is
Mm.
you have to find your destination. If you want to be happy, go with the happiness, find the happy information which makes you happy. Don't go to the negative people, don't talk to negative people, don't go to the negative Facebooking, don't go to the negative news, etc.
Lovely.
Exactly. Fantastic.
So
Because it's not going to make you happy. This information will not going to make you happy.
Now, Tarek, if I could just
Rather, you can do meditation, you can do the yoga.
That's a very long sentence.
You can pay your
Bring John.
So one of the things I'm just looking at Alme Chowdhury asking, love or relationships sometimes comes with lots of stress, which really hampers our work positively. And that is one of the things, you know, like when you get into a relationship, it is stressful, you know, and that's partly because there's you and the other person and you both want something. And, you know, I think of it like this. I've got my little Bert over here and I've got my teddy bear here like this, you know, and when these two come to meet and they kind of want to go, this teddy bear's got some needs and this Bert here's got some other needs. And yes, sometimes they are very good friends and they like to hold hands and that. But at other times, what this one wants, this one can't give. And that's why all relationships do have stress in them. So I think, Alme, you're absolutely right. They do come with lots of stress. And one of the stresses at the moment is that you can't actually get together with your the person that you really like, or any of your friends. And so you've got to keep this physical or social distance, we call physical distance at least. And these are stresses. And so part of this is learning how to manage your stress. And that's one of the things that we are going to be covering a lot in the Youth Summit and the Career Summit that's coming up, isn't it, Ahmed? And,
yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay, thank you, John. I think, Ishita, you can acknowledge some of the few more audiences here. So acknowledge their name. I think someone from the Nepal also.
Yeah, we are having some more like the audience from Nepal as well, and also from Bangladesh. So we are having Russell with us. We are having also the JCYC Nepal, that organization we're working with.
Tilotam, thank you.
Tilotam Dai,
And all other member of JCYC.
JCYC Nepal. Thank you everyone for watching us. And also we are having Sarwar and Jinat Rehanapo. Jinat Apu, she is also our future CEO graduate.
I saw Sabina is also here.
Hello, Jinat.
Yes. And Sabina also here, and also like we can see that Omi Chaudhary here.
Our Youth Summit member.
Yes, and also we are having Shobhash Paudel from Nepal, and also we are having Ashraful and Irfan, and
Shaju.
many more is coming. Shaju,
Omi is here also. Our good friend Omi.
Omi Apu is
and
here.
Ashraful Islam.
Yes.
Ahmed Bari also
Thank
here.
you, Ashraful, and Ahmed Bari is also. And I can see that we are getting another question.
Yes. Just let me just very shortly finish the last one, because this is really important. When you have the love and you have to do work, and it is very difficult when you have the storm in your love life, and it is very difficult to focus on your work life. So this is what actually need to be addressed. And I think what we are going to do, we talk about more in our upcoming summit. We are going to host 3 summits. It's a series of summits. The first one will be International Youth Summit. That schedule it all are virtual, so you don't need to worry about how you get the air ticket and hotel bookings. No worries, because you can do it from your home, and we will issue you certificates, and it is open for everyone. So I do request everyone to join that summit. The first one is International Youth Summit. That is our 3rd International Youth Summit that we unfortunately we have planned to host in Malaysia, but we have to now cancel, and we go virtual. And that's scheduled on 18th May. Please do sign up for that, and please share this information with everyone. It is open for everyone. Everyone can attend this one. And then next one is a Career Summit, International Career Summit. That will be the 2nd International Career Summit. And then we will have the International Leadership Summit. So this is the 3 summit we are planning. And I do believe you will get a lot of information about this emotional storm and emotional hygiene and how to manage your emotion. But in a very short, it is very difficult unless you know the technique, unless you don't know how to manage your emotion. It is very difficult to have when you have the love life, when your love life is strong, you perform very poorly in your work life, because somehow you bust yourself. And the way John says that it is very important to understand the emotion, and it is this is today is just like we will run a series of live program, and so if you follow the next one, you can easily catch with us. So something happened with Tariq Bhai. Zanatun, next question, please.
Okay, and before going to the next question, I also
Tariq Bhai, you can join anytime.
We are having Ronnie with us from Bangladesh. He's from University of Asia Pacific. Hi, Ronnie.
Can you just sound? Ishita, your sound is very poor. Yeah,
sorry, can you hear now? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Ronnie. And also we are having with us Neela Chadni. She is also with us. And also I can say that Zinat Rehana Apu, she said that thank you, Mr. John. Sometimes real love destroy our doubtness, which is not expected. What is the solution, sir?
Well,
Zinat is our future
Before
CEO
John
participant.
speaks after,
Yeah,
I
she is
just
our
want to
future
add
student.
a single word. May I?
yeah.
Yes, please. Tariq Bhai.
Every love is real, for the time, every love is real. Love cannot be unreal. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, excellent.
Okay, I'm just interrupting. Sorry, John. So before giving that answer, I want to say, Mushfiq, please be with us. I will again come up with your second question, and they will definitely share their answer for you. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes, I've got that noted down about the heart of stone. And I think the whole thing about love and relationships, and even just learning, getting together with somebody, it is a journey. And sometimes we feel very attracted to somebody now, today, and then as we get to know each other, it becomes harder, and so we drift away. And then for other people, we can work, but the issue really is that it requires work, and the work that you need to do is mostly on yourself. And because when the difficulties and what's that word you've used in there, the doubts that come off, and you feel like it destroys something in you, well, potentially that's not love, but it is still painful that you get friendly with somebody and then that friendship dies a bit, or you realize actually those are not the person you want to spend a lot of time with. So yes, this is life. Life is very painful, and relationships they can also be the most wonderful thing in the world. And I think my little teddy bear here, I have such a good relationship, and the reason why we don't have a lot of stress is because he doesn't say anything. In fact, he's never ever complained to me at all about anything I've ever done. And the same. I've got my dog here. Do you want to see my dog? Come here.
Yes, please.
Yes, definitely.
We call this
Yes,
dog.
please.
Here he is. Look, this dog here.
Hello.
He's wondering what's going on. He likes it.
John, thank you.
Now,
Wow.
there we go. Look into the camera up there. So yeah, that's right. Say hello, everybody. Hi. Now,
Hello.
there was a story. There's a joke.
Shy.
Here's this joke. He's heavy, actually. He's about 9 kgs. And I'm not that strong anymore. I don't want feelings. I want new clothes. You can see my T-shirt. But there's this joke, if you put your dog and your wife into the boot of your car and left them there for 3 hours, when you open the boot of the car, the dog is going to jump out, wag its tail, and be very friendly, but your wife will not. In fact,
unfortunately, it's true.
Because human beings, we need to, like working things out. We don't do things right by one another, what we expect. And a lot of it is really trying to work out, how do we, how can I be myself, but what do I need to change, as well as to fit with the other person, but also how can I be myself and stay as myself like this. So this is one of the challenges, really, of how to be with somebody else and how to be myself. and this can be a painful journey.
Yeah.
So even for me, I've been married 30 years, and I mean, it's a lot easier, I must tell you that, and it still requires a lot of work.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. Any more question? I think there's more audience here. Just can you just?
Yeah, so I can acknowledge them. So we are having with us Sarah Disha. Hello, Sarah. And we are having with us Rana Bhai. Also, Fahim was watching. So thank you everyone for watching.
Toha.
And yes,
Hello, Fahim.
Toha.
yes, they are with us from the beginning, very beginning.
Okay.
And
Nirab,
also,
Arichrin, Nirab.
yes, Nirav also
Yeah.
with us. And there was the second question that John was talking about, like the heart of a stone. Like I can share that question now, right? So Mushfiq again as that I tend to make myself emotional less because I have seen that it affects career. So is it okay to have a heart of a stone as I am a career freak?
Well, I think it's fantastic that you're a career freak. That's great that you really are committed to developing yourself and your work and your profession, whatever that is. The thing is, it's not a dilemma between either or, but it is, if you don't know how to manage your emotions, then it does become a problem. And then one way, and I did this myself, because for the first nearly 20 years of my career, I didn't allow my emotions. I was a Catholic priest. Some of you may know that. And I had a vow of celibacy. Oh, and here's my wife now who's coming in, but she really was. So just tell she's come to get the sourdough bread to make is the starter.
Hi, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Hello. Yay.
This is ready to make bread.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Good.
As well. There we go. So
It's a lockdown effect.
it's a lot. That's right. It's making a lot of bread every day. Now, so and again, this is what I would say. And some of you that have done the Future CEO program would also know this, and the summits will address some of this. Is how you can manage your emotions, and so you can have emotions in your life as well as a career, and the two don't need to be exclusive. You can have both, and it's a big learning how to do that. So it's a being as committed to learning about your emotions as you are about your career. You will have a great life, Mushfiq.
Yep.
So
is there any question more?
Yes, there is another fantastic question from Fahim. He asks that, which is the top psychological or emotional problems of young generation? So what do you think, guys?
Love and job. Love and job. Tariq bhai?
Tariq bhai, what do you think?
What do you think, Tariq?
Tariq bhai, what do you think? Yeah.
I think in the otherwise, neither is job, neither is love. It's the attitude of
that's also
negative thinking pattern. We are, more interested to acquire the negative information of, we blame our parents for not doing that, couldn't do this and that. Later on, the schools, the colleges, the universities, the educational system, the government, and the road, the traffic jam, all the negative things around us, we actually focus on those, and gradually those becomes our life. Those are actually reflected in our mind. We absorb the negativity through us, and when we act as a negative people, as a negative person. So maybe this is one of the greatest challenges and greatest problems we should address nowadays. And the information technology has made this complex, even more complex to we are very easy to use our time unproductively in a negative way, which is not correct, but we focus on that. So
Yes.
to me, this is actually one of the greatest problems, not only in our country, around the globe. Focus towards the negative things.
Yes.
Mm.
And I think,
Thank you.
Tarek, that fits in very well with the question that Chadney is asking. How can I control my emotions when someone hate my ego or self-respect?
Self-respect.
And
John,
so,
sorry, John, just to interrupt. Sorry, just before you say something, I would just like to request all the audience that we're gonna give you something end of this session. So if you leave, it's okay, but you come back and watch the video because everyone is busy. It's a Friday and Ramadan, so you have to pair and other things. But we do give you a summary of what are some tools. So, and if you keep watching this show, that will be fantastic. Sorry, John. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah.
I thought you were going to give us some, iftar package.
Oh, yeah.
At the end.
Okay. I'll send. Thank you.
well, yes. Well, I was really just picking up what you had said, Tarek, about the negativity, people tuning in to whether it's the traffic and whatever else. And it's also about what other people think of you, which relates to the question I think you're asking, Chadney, is how can you control your emotions when someone is showing you some, doesn't have self-respect or something. And so this is about really knowing yourself and allowing yourself to believe in yourself and to, no matter what somebody, there's a saying, what somebody else thinks of me is none of my business. And if somebody is actually negative towards you, well, then you just distance yourself from them. Now, it might not be needing to tell them to go away. I mean, sometimes it can be, but it might just be not accepting their invitation if you find them too negative. So you don't have to be brutal about it. You can be quite kind, or you can just say, no, I'm not available to meet up with you if you find them negative towards you. But more importantly is what other people think of me is none of my business. It's what they think, so it's about really being positive for yourself and living with that positivity, I think, not just for the world about you, but for yourself and other people.
Yeah.
That's
so, yes. And thank you, John. And
fantastic answer. John gave a fantastic answer. I just loved it.
Okay. Yes. But it's still like I saw some feedbacks like it's coming like love is painful, it's stressful, and it's hampered the career. It's
nowadays love has become a competition.
Yes, that's also another one, that love become competition. It's true. This is what actually the love is. Love has always the competition, because if you go through like all the movies, all the things, people are fall in love with the competition to win the heart of other people. So it's true, but it's always challenge. There is no like thin line, or there's no straightforward answer that don't fall in love, because you cannot control fall in love. That's the main thing. And but the important things, how you manage, that's the one thing. And we'll definitely get some answer from John later on. So Ishita, is there any other question?
Yes, there is Shikha. She asked a question to Tariq Bhai.
If you use your sound, please. Sorry. Yes.
So like Shikha, she asked a question to Tariq Bhai, that is, she said, people say love is painful, stressful, it hampers careers and so many things. I think they are talking about fascination, infatuation. So she asked that, please define, how do you know it's a love or not?
Yeah.
So what is the question?
So
how do you know if it's love?
Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. Very good question, actually. Maybe thank you for asking the question. Maybe she is or was a very good student. That is why focusing on the setbacks, the distractions. Actually, you will understand. Eventually you will understand. Nothing actually can distract you if you are if you know where you are going. If you start your journey from your home to your university, and you have class 8 in the morning, and it's 7, the road distance is around 45 minutes, and nothing happens in between commuting to the university from your home. You will not be distracted. I'm just metaphorically trying to giving the answer to you that distractions are everywhere, every time. So it may be love, it may be weather, it may be the body uncomfortableness, anything it can be. But if you have the preciseness to your goal, like you are going to attend your class at 8 in the morning, so you'll not be distracted by anything. So that is why goal setting is very important to us. Infatuation, love, no love, materialistic love, keep platonic love or platonic, maybe platonic love, plastic love, romantic love, liquid love. I don't want to anything, anything. Love is one and unidimensional.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I love to myself. I love to my parents. I love to my teachers. In very same way, actually, I love my kids. I love my wife. So when we make the categories, there actually the problem becomes. So let's not distracted by anything. Infatuation, love, plastic, romantic. Just keep focus on yourself. You will find your true love for whatever you want.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
we are looking for any question from Nepal.
Satisfying
just
to Shikha.
Oh, sorry. A quick word about infatuation.
Answer.
Is that often that's where it can start. The attraction can start. It's not a bad thing, but it is not love itself. It's just the beginning, or maybe the beginning, or it might just be me needing to be wanted by somebody else. And so the key thing, keep breathing, slow yourself down. It's okay. You're going to survive this. Anyway,
yes.
You were noticing another question from
Yes.
Yes, I think we didn't answer the Chandni's question one. She asked about like when someone hurts my ego or my self-respect
no. John already talked about that.
Is it? Oh, all right. So
yeah.
I'm sleeping.
So Chandni,
I might be falling asleep. Let me sleep.
with your teddy.
Okay. Yeah, I just
so also there are like the
wake up. Come on, Ahmed, get better. Come on, wake up.
Yeah, I'm waking up. Okay. Oh.
Oh, everyone wake up. Okay.
Everyone. Yeah.
So it's a good time to share a few more comments.
Yes.
So
yes, please.
Chandni is here again. So love is addiction, but it is so disgusting because someone control happiness and sadness. And also we are having with us Nibir. He asks a good question. How can I increase my work efficiency in this pandemic situation? And also Rana Bhai, he is with us. He asks, sorry, I'm gonna read it in Bangla, then we will talk in English again. So he asks that ক্রিকেট স্কোরের মতো প্রতি ঘন্টায় সারা দুনিয়ায় করোনা আক্রান্ত মানুষের মৃত্যু সংবাদ দেখানো হচ্ছে। এ থেকে মন ভালো রাখার উপায় কি? So Shikha and Mamun Bhai, again, I will come later there. So we go through with this one first. Yeah.
All right. So which one is the first one? Which one is the first one, John? Ishita, can you just repeat the first one?
Okay, the first one we can discuss about like how can they increase their work efficiency despite the pandemic.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, this one, there's been a lot of talk here in New Zealand and throughout the world about this. The pandemic situation is very different. And there's a lot of stresses that we feel because of this, the uncertainty that we're not connecting with our friends the way we used to. We're not being able to go out. Now, the key idea that a lot of people are saying here is don't worry about your work. Self-compassion, just look after. If you can't work, don't work. And they're saying this about children as well. If they can't do their schoolwork, don't let them. A few weeks is not going to make any difference. A few weeks of you not applying for jobs or writing your CV is not going to make a huge amount of difference. What you need to do is be in touch with yourself and say, right now, I don't seem to be able to work very much. And so do the little bit that you can, do some exercise, do some breathing, make sure you're eating well, get some good sleep. Don't spend all your time looking on the internet for distractions, but just keep breathing and look up, and self-compassion. Forgive yourself. It's okay. This pandemic will not last forever. It'll soon be over. So a few more weeks or a few days, whatever, it's okay. You don't have to work at peak performance.
Yes.
That's what I would say there.
Thank you. And also, like, the next one was like, how can we keep ourselves happy? Like you said, having all those bad news, death news, like, the number is increasing day by day.
Yeah.
Infected number, and as well as the.
Ishita, your sound is really poor, so careful about the sound. So
sorry for that.
We know about it, that how to keep yourself happy. I think I'm gonna say something on this issue. Like, happiness is very important, and it's not just only one issue can make you happy. It's a holistic way. You have to think everything. You have to think about your lifestyle. You have to think about your what you are taking, the food, because it's Ramadan in Bangladesh or the Muslim country, but in different countries, in this situation, what kind of food you are having, what kind of lifestyle you are following, because all those impact on our happiness. Yes. And to remain happy is very simple technique we talk about in our training program. It's very simple technique. You have to focus on the positive thing, but it is like what you have to do. But how is very simple thing. Even though in pandemic situation, I'm sure that if you look the whole day, at least you can find 3 good things about this whole day. For me, like, I was sharing that with my colleagues and others. Like, I was fantastic for last 30 days. I have no problem with this situation, lockdown. I was just working with busy, but somehow I was just distracted. And I'm just like, this is the first time I say, oh, I'm bored. And then I start asking myself, like, okay, let's forget about the bad thing. Let's focus on what are the good things I have done today. What are the good things? It's like, the whole day might not be good, but you can find 3-4 things or few things that is good. Write it down. This is very important. You can point out. So like today, if you join this session, is good. It's a one good thing you can count, or you can. So you focus on the good things. Write it down. 30 days. You'll find out like 30 or 120 good things, and your mind will only give you the positive information. This is the method. This is the tool. You have to write it down, only the positive thing. Then for us, I don't care. I know it's going to happen. I know more people will die today. I know that the situation will be worse, but how I can actually help myself, how I can keep push myself to remain positive. That is important, and to increase. If you don't have your positiveness or positivity, you cannot increase your productivity. This is very much equal. The positivity and the productivity is very much equal. So I'm not sure, Jonathan missing. So if you add something, she will come back. If you add something.
Do you want me to add?
Yes. Oh, one more interesting thing. We're gonna live tonight again in Bangla. This is because that will be the Bangla address. This one in the afternoon, we regularly go for the afternoon one. It will be English because we have lots of international viewers with us. So we'll keep them on, and this video will go on in all the pages, and we are connected with more than 100,000 viewers around the world, so they can watch this video later on. And in every night we'll go for another 1 hour we communicate and it will be a Bangladeshi Adda. So I welcome you to all to join the Bangladeshi Adda tonight at 10. And we'll Ishita, you're supposed to bring someone online. Are you still planning for that? Because we only have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it possible to bring someone?
Sorry for the interrupt. Yeah. Because I'm having the internet problem,
yes.
So I got disconnected. Sorry for that, because I was planning otherwise.
All right, just
so I can share a few names as well. Also,
yep.
Like Pratibha. She is from Nepal.
Yes,
She
Pratibha.
said
Wow.
namaskar. She is also
Namaskar.
with us. And Nivir said, thank you so much, John sir.
Mm.
But one more thing, people are losing their
Losing their
job.
jobs. Yes.
Yes,
And
that is it. Yeah.
One
Yeah.
more thing, people are losing their job. We all are concerned about our job.
Yes. It is a worry, isn't it? And yeah, you've frozen a bit. This actually relates to what Ahmed was saying.
Yeah.
I say thanks.
Oh,
Ishita, not cut your throat, just cut your sound. We have done. Yeah. Let's go for John.
When you're saying about being grateful, thinking about things you can be thankful for, Ahmed, during the day, but it's also not focusing on the negative news.
Another fantastic thing, there is Mr. Mamun. He
Okay. John, yeah.
shared that.
Ishita.
It's okay, let it talk.
That's the technology. That is the technology.
And
Yes.
So during the technology, we can play with our toy.
All right. And I will even put my hat on here.
Yes. So this is the thing. So you are Ishita, you are slow down. So we just playing with our toy because you are echoing and stopping all our conversation. So
Yeah.
no worries. Yeah.
I think
Yes, John.
Back on again. No, this is me. Serious me.
Hmm.
One of the things, and it also relates to what Tarek was saying before about not focusing on the negative. So not looking at the news. We know enough. You probably know enough about COVID-19, what it is. And if you keep watching the news and hearing all the bad news, you will feel bad. I personally like watching funny videos, and that makes me laugh. And because the same with other people's jobs, there's not a lot I can do about that. And even maybe your own job, but focus on what you can do. So, Nibia, if you're saying, yes, you're worried about your own job, concerned about your job, and that is a worry, and I do appreciate it's not easy, but it's about not worrying about other people in quite the same way, especially if there's nothing you can do about it, because that will make you feel a bit helpless. So focus on what you can do in life, what you have got, what you can be grateful for, just the same as what Ahmed has said. If you even just think 3 things that you're grateful for each day, and because there's many things in this pandemic that you cannot change and you cannot influence. So, but what you can do is stay at home, stay safe, and focus on the positive.
And follow us.
And follow us. And the other question about your children.
Following Wasta will make you, positive. Will keep you positive.
Yes.
Yes. And Mamun, worrying about your children if they're doing things the parents, your children are doing things that parents don't like. Well, sometimes you just need to let your children do some things. And, is it that important? Now, if they're out there killing people, or if they are completely being disrespectful, then you just gently coach them. But the best thing to do with your children, rather than focus on the things that they're not doing right, is to tell them what they are doing right. And it relates also to your question about how do you give feedback at work, both to your boss, people above you, and to subordinates who report to you. Focus on the positive. I can't stress this enough about how important it is to get change. I've trained my dog. I get my dog to do tricks and do things that he wants to do, that I want him to do, by rewarding him when he does the positive things. And I ignore the negative. So the more positive you can be with your children, with your direct reports, even with your boss, say the positive things that they're doing and let the negative things just go past. And people want to be acknowledged. So if you keep acknowledging the positive, they will keep doing the positive.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we only have 5 minutes left, and we have a few more guests. And from Malaysia, Silva is here. Silva, welcome. And Ishita, Where you gone? Anyway, we can see the John beautiful face.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
So
here.
Silva,
Sorry,
yeah,
my
Silva
internet
is here. Yeah,
going to
no
trouble.
problem. Silva is here. One question I asked Silva to make one question, and now it's time to wrap up because we only have less than 5 minutes. So the first tool I already mentioned. One tool that is focus on positive. Write it down. Without writing, it never works. So just take a piece of paper, or just better to have your diary or book, so that you can keep the record, and then every day you look back what you have done, what are the three things you have observed, the best blessing for you or good observation, something like that. So write it down, and write it down the three things as well as write it down the tips. So this is what most important thing. John, one single tip from you.
Focus on the positive.
Yeah.
Both your own positive and other people's positives, and keep acknowledging those.
Exactly.
That's what
To me, whatever makes you this, keep going. Whatever makes you this, don't do that. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So, Tariq bhai.
Thank you.
Tariq bhai, done. Ishita, you have any more? Shantosh, you have any questions? Shantosh is here from Nepal.
And
We have so many
yes,
audience from
Santosh
Nepal.
is here.
Yeah.
Also, Silva is here.
Mm.
Yes, and also from
Okay.
Malaysia, we can see.
So
that,
I'm requesting you to send
Yes.
just one more question. That will be the last question. And before that, I just tell you that we are going to host 3 virtual summit. The first one is International Youth Summit, which is scheduled on 18th of May. If you don't sign up, please do sign up. It's a free event, so you can enjoy. And there will be 18 plus speakers is already in our lineup. So you'll definitely enjoy these speakers. And then we are going to host the International Career Summit, and after that we're going to host the International Leadership Summit. So these are all connected, and this will bring a lot of information that will help you to grow yourself during this lockdown situation. I do understand that you are worried about a lot of things, about your job, about your career, about your, especially we'll do a segment on the freshers who just graduate and maybe just about to graduate, or this is your last semester, or already finished and looking for a job, but suddenly everything is stuck. So you all are scared what's going to happen. So we'll discuss more about these issues. And from today, this is the beautiful live show or live talk show that we don't talk about over any other speaker. So we respect is important. So we respect everyone. So we don't just fight and try to establish my one is right, your is not right. So the thing is, respect is important, and stay safe. Worry will not solve you, but if, of course, you can say to yourself, name your feelings to yourself. This is another beautiful tips given by John, and Tariq Bhai also given a lot of beautiful tips, and Ishita for being with us and just managing the whole system, or our dashboard. Thank you for that. And is there any other question came? If not, then we have some
I just want to mention few names.
Adil from Noakhali, and Noakhali is an international district of Bangladesh. So we can, and I'm also from Noakhali. So this is
I
very
love
good. Thank you,
Noakhali.
Adil.
I love
Thank you, Adil. Yeah.
people.
Okay. And Chadni is leaving, I think. Yeah. And
Yeah.
some other Sabine. Yeah. Raka is watching.
Chadni said,
So.
oh, Chadni made a comment. I love was this platform changed my life goal. And also
Okay.
just Ishtiaq Ahmed joined with us. And he also mentioned about the domestic violence that increasing under the lockdown.
Yeah, Priyavartanath from India
How should
or
people
from
guide their emotional
Nepal,
intelligence
probably.
to stay optimistic and be happy? And thank
Rahadami.
you, Oishi, for watching with us. And also, yep.
Yeah. So Silva, are you still there from Malaysia, Silva? If you're not, then thank you for joining, and we hope to do work together. And maybe another good thing for all international viewers that we are going to invite you to this platform. to be our guest. So thank you for joining, and definitely we'll call you to work with us. So yes, we can wrap up. Thank you for every single guest, including Zanatun, Tarek, and John. And we are the three bald head people. Two are natural bald, and one is artificial bald. And thank you all, yes, for allowing our toys, because they will play with us. They will attend our sessions from now on.
Playing.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
thank you, everyone. So we will again
Okay.
come at the night with our another session with the Bangla Adda.
Bangladesh. Yeah.
And we will have fun and we will talk something productive again. So can we mention the time, what time we could come?
It will be like,
Like a few questions.
10 p.m. 10 p.m.
So
tonight.
10 p.m. will be the good. So we will be again live at 10 p.m. tonight. So see you all again. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Let's be connected with us.
Never give up. Yes.
And never give up.
Thank you, Tariq bhai. Thank you, John.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.